Amid the clamor of the bustling New York docks, the majestic RMS Lusitania prepared for its tragic last voyage. A veritable melting pot of humanity, the ship was a microcosm of the world outside. Among the throng of passengers, a stern figure stood out. Patrick Gallagher, a public servant, was on a clandestine mission. Tasked with the safety of a British diplomat, he was a silent guardian. Amidst the excitement and nervous anticipation of the journey, Gallagher embarked on his secret assignment, bracing for the unknown. Among its diverse passengers, a stern public servant, Patrick Gallagher, embarked on a secret mission to escort a British diplomat to England amidst war times. As it sailed the Atlantic, the tranquility of its grand halls was shattered. A gunshot, abrupt and chilling, sliced through the night, leaving a wave of dread in its wake. The serenity of the journey had been irrevocably marred by a sudden violent death. Passengers, once cheerful and relaxed, were now gripped by an undercurrent of fear and suspicion. The luxury liner had transformed into a floating crime scene. Fear spread like wildfire as the body of a man was discovered in his locked cabin. Gallagher, his every sense alert, found himself at the heart of this mystery. The captain, his face etched with concern, implored him to untangle this web of uncertainty that had suddenly ensnared the ship. His mission took a drastic turn. The diplomat he was to escort was now secondary. He was now a detective, seeking answers in a sea of questions. The atmosphere aboard the Lusitania had shifted dramatically. The jovial hum of conversation had been replaced with hushed whispers and surreptitious glances. Trust had become a scarce commodity, and suspicion was the new currency. Every passenger was a potential suspect, every interaction a possible clue. As Gallagher delved deeper into his investigation, he found himself navigating through a labyrinth of half-truths and outright lies. Yet amidst the chaos, a chilling pattern began to emerge. A malevolent presence was on board, a predator hiding in the crowd. Gallagher identifies a malevolent presence, a predator in human guise. Time ticked by, pressure increased, and whispers of conspiracy poisoned the air. Our unsung hero, Patrick Gallagher, found himself knee-deep in a thicket of suspicion and deceit. Each passenger, once a stranger, now a potential suspect in this deadly game of cat and mouse. As Gallagher ventured further into the labyrinth of lies and half-truths, dark secrets began to unfurl. The wealthy tycoon with a hidden debt, the lovelorn maiden with a vengeful streak, the quiet scholar with a past shrouded in mystery, each one with a motive, each one potentially capable of the unthinkable. The atmosphere aboard the ship grew tense, the air thick with mistrust. Friendships that had blossomed over shared meals and moonlit strolls on the deck now wilted under the weight of suspicion. The once jovial dining hall fell silent, the laughter and camaraderie replaced by hushed whispers and sidelong glances. Gallagher, determined and relentless, sifted through the tangle of alibis and accusations. His keen eyes missed nothing, his sharp mind questioning everything. And then, amid the chaos and confusion, a startling realization hit him like a bolt from the blue. In the heart of treachery, amongst the very passengers he had come to protect, Gallagher identified a pattern, a sinister plot that went far beyond a mere murder. His blood ran cold as he realized the magnitude of the threat they all faced. In the heart of treachery, Gallagher had a startling realization, one that could rock the boat, both figuratively and literally. As the Lusitania sped towards its grim destiny, Gallagher had a race against time. With the ship slicing through the icy waves of the Atlantic, the tension was palpable. Every creak of the ship, every hushed whisper, every suspicious glance only fueled the urgency in Gallagher's heart. He had to expose the killer, unmask the charade before it was too late. Gallagher's investigation had become a deadly game of cat and mouse, a dance with death in the grand halls of the Lusitania. His every step was watched, every move calculated, and every decision critical. The killer was among them, hiding in plain sight, a wolf in sheep's clothing. The clock was ticking, the trap was set. Gallagher had to act now or risk losing everything. He had to confront the killer, a faceless phantom lurking in the shadows. The confrontation was imminent, the showdown inevitable. The air was thick with anticipation, the ship's halls echoing with the unspoken tension. Fear and suspicion hung heavy, a silent shroud of dread. The stage was set for the final act, the climax of this deadly drama. The stakes were high, the risks even higher. But Gallagher was a man on a mission, a man with a purpose. He was ready to face the danger, ready to plunge into the heart of darkness. Brace yourself for a gripping showdown, a remote confrontation deep in the shadows. one that will challenge Gallagher like never before. Amidst the blood-soaked decks of the doomed vessel, the real face of evil gets exposed. A revelation that sends shockwaves through the crowd as trust is shattered and fear reigns supreme. The once luxurious liner, now a floating tomb, lurches violently, surrendering to the icy grip of the Atlantic. As the ship slips beneath the waves, the narrative shifts from survivors to mourning. Patrick Gallagher, the unlikely hero of an era long gone, disappeared into the shadows, his restless legacy forever tangled with the darkest chapter in the saga of RMS Lusitania.